Hey Gakam, I hope you guys had a good winter break, and today we'll start off with a prayer before we get into our lesson, right? So, xin cha con thánh thần mẹ, kính Maria để ông phúc Đức Chúa Trời ở cùng bà có phúc là hơn ngoài gì nữa, vậy Giêsu có lòng bà còn phúc là Thánh Maria Đức Mẹ Chúa Trời rồi cho chúng con là kẻ có tội, khi này và trong giờ lâm tử. Amen. So, xin cha con thánh thần Amen. So today, our lesson will be about the Mười Điều Tâm Niệm, Thiếu Niệm, or called the 10 principles of Thiếu Niệm. So let me just pull up the PowerPoint. And alright, so we'll be learning about the first two for this lesson. And so the first one is Thiếu Niệm mỗi sáng dâng ngày, điểm tô đời sống hướng bay nguyện cầu. So when I count down to 3, I want you guys to repeat after me. So 1, 2, 3. Thiếu Niệm mỗi sáng dâng ngày, điểm tô đời sống hướng bay nguyện cầu. And I want you guys to repeat that, or go back into the video and repeat until you're comfortable with it. And once you guys are done, we'll be learning about the English version. And so the English version translates to, as Thiếu Niệm, we offer our days each morning and enrich our lives with prayer. And so before we wake up, or after we wake up, and before we do anything, like brush our teeth or anything, we want to pray and offer our lives to God. Okay? And so for this lesson, we'll be doing a little like arts and crafts. So I want you guys to pause the video and grab 2 sheets of paper. And after you guys grab 2 sheets of paper, I want you guys to fold it in half. And grab some colored pencils and we'll start drawing. Well, before we start drawing, when you guys fold it, make sure you fold it hamburger style, so it goes this way. Alright? And so grab your pencils and colored pencils and we'll start drawing. Okay, so I have my sheet of paper here, and I think instead of 2 pieces of paper, I think we need 3 pieces of paper, just in case. So instead of having 2 sheets of paper, just have about 3 sheets of paper and fold it same way. And alright, we'll get started on our first one. So for the first thing, we'll just do the title page right here. So just draw the title page, just write 10 principles of Thiếu Niệm, and draw a little picture of anything you want, or like a cross or anything like that, or anything church related, and then write your name on the bottom of the sheet of paper, right? So let's get started. Okay, so I finished drawing out my title page, and so now you see I have the title right here, and then I have the cross and my name. So right now I'm just gonna go color it up, and then we'll move on to the next page afterwards.
Alright, so I finished my title page, and so we'll move on to the next page. And so I'll just get my other piece of paper here, and so we're gonna write the first principle on this page right here, and then we'll draw a prayer sign, anything that you want, like hands like this, or to act as a prayer sign. And then that'll be our first principle. If you guys forget what the first principle was, you guys can just go back in the video and then just write it down. Alright, let's get started. Okay, this is my first page. It's just about the first principle. Is Thiếu mỗi sáng dâng ngày, tìm tôi đời sống không bay nguyện cầu. And I just outlined someone praying, and it's just a little simple. Just it doesn't have to take too long. Just draw a little thing about prayer, and you're done. And we'll move on to the next page. Alright, we'll get our last sheet of paper, and that'll be our second principle.
Alright, Gekim. So after we finish drawing our title page and the first principle, we'll now be talking about the second one. And so we'll be learning it in Vietnamese, and then we'll be learning it in English. So in Vietnamese, it says Thiếu nghi thánh thể nhiệm màu, tôn xuống rước lễ, nhà cầu viếng tâm. So when I count down, I want you guys to say it with me. And after that, I want you guys to repeat it 2 or 3 times until you guys get comfortable with it. So 3, 2, 1. Thiếu nghi thánh thể nhiệm màu, tôn xuống rước lễ, nhà cầu viếng tâm. Alright, so I repeated it 2 or 3 times so you guys are comfortable with it, and then we'll move on to the English version. So in English, it states as Thiếu nghi, we worship and we receive the Eucharist, and we visit regularly at the tabernacle. So you guys know what the Eucharist is. The Eucharist, and you guys don't know what the Eucharist is, it's the bread that's handed out during Mass. And so in the picture right here, Jia is handing out the Eucharist, or otherwise known as Jesus, to everybody during Mass. And afterwards, after Mass, Jazz stores the rest of the Eucharist inside the tabernacle. And so for the second principle, we had to visit the tabernacle regularly. And so the tabernacle is a special box that is hidden, or that is put behind the altar, and is used to store the Eucharist. And so it's also a great place for worship, and if we visit the tabernacle regularly, we should always kneel and pray for however so minutes that you like. And so now, after reviewing the second principle, we'll now go on and draw in our little booklet. Alright?
Alright, here's our third page. And I'm just gonna fold it the same way I folded the other two. Just fold it in half, or as a book, just like in the booklet. Wait, first I'm gonna line it first. And then I'm gonna fold it in half. There we go. So your booklet should be like this, with your title page, and then your first principle, and then our third page will have our second one, which will be on this side. Alright, so we'll get started on that. And you guys need to refresh on the second principle, and you guys write the principle on top, draw the Eucharist or something, or the tabernacle on the bottom right here, and then that'll be it for our second principle. You guys need to, you guys forgot what the second principle was? Just go back to the video and write it down. Alright, let's begin. Alright, here's my second page for the second principle. And so nothing too fancy, just write out the principle on top. You write it in Vietnamese or English, either one's fine. And then I just drew a Eucharist because that's what the second principle is all about. It's the Eucharist in the tabernacle. And so with all that, your booklet should look like this. You put in your third page. So your title page right here, with the title, which is the 10 principles, just a cross or anything that you want to draw up here, and then your name. Next page is the first principle, and the first principle is about prayer, and so just draw anything that relates to prayer. And the second principle is right here, and just draw anything that relates to the Eucharist or the tabernacle. Alright, and that'll be it. Just make sure you keep your booklet for next week, so G Tracy can teach you guys the other two principles. Alright.
Alright, now that we're done with drawing in our second principle, that'll be it for our lesson. And so I want you guys to keep your booklets for next 2 weeks, because G Tracy and G Diana will be teaching you guys the rest, or the other principles. Alright, so before we leave, we'll end off with a prayer. Xin cha con thánh thần amen. Xây anh Đức Chúa Cha và Đức Chúa Con và Đức Chúa Thánh Thần, vì đã có trước vô cùng và bây giờ và hằng có và đời đời chẳng cùng. Amen. Alright, I'll see you guys later.